Hello and welcome everyone to today's video. So today I want to bring a series back that was kind of popular on my channel last year, and that is 10 ways to style. I think I started this about 2 years ago, and basically what I do is I pick one clothing item, say mini dresses or pants, something like that, and then I tell you about the history of said clothing item and why and how it was popular in the 1960s and 70s, and then I show you 10 ideas on how to style said item. One little disclaimer, I'm filming with natural light and the sun is coming in and out today, so I hope it'll be fine with the camera, but I'm very excited to bring this series back. Make sure to comment down below which item you would like to see next, and also subscribe to not miss out on any further parts because I have a few planned. And today's episode is all about the maxi dress, because contrary to a lot of beliefs, the maxi dress was pretty popular in the 60s and 70s, and today I want to tell you a little bit about it and how it was styled. So for the longest time, women wore only long dresses. These weren't really considered maxi dresses because that term was established in the 1960s. However, long dresses were all women wore for several decades and centuries. Hemlines would rise, but only to about the ankle or go down all the way to the floor. But that was pretty much all for different dress lengths. In the 1920s, hemlines started to rise, and by the 1950s, long dresses were completely out of fashion. The wildly popular 1950s A-line dresses would usually go to a little bit below your knee, and that was all women wore. Longer dresses were pretty much only worn by older women, and they were not stylish at all until the late 60s, when Oscar de la Renta debuted his maxi dress. He debuted this dress in 1968, and it was featured in the New York Times, which led to a massive maxi dress craze. This was super different because in the 60s with mod fashion, mini skirts were all the rage, so longer hemlines weren't popular at all until this dress changed fashion. I think it was so popular because the maxi dress brought back long hemlines in a unique manner. The maxi dress became an important clothing item for the moment, and several trends began to merge into the mainstream fashion. The mod maxi skirt or maxi dress, similar to the mini dress, had typically an A-line cut and featured bright and bold patterns such as checks or stripes. The 1970s saw the maxi dress become a more mainstream fashion item. So by the late 60s, the maxi dress was a very chic and dressed up piece of clothing, and by the 70s it got more of a casual twist, with hippie culture starting to spread in the late 60s. The hippie movement of the 1960s had a significant input on fashion of the 1970s. The hippie style was all about comfort and freedom, and the maxi dress perfectly embodied this philosophy. The 1970s maxi skirt was typically made from light fabric such as chiffon or cotton, and it usually featured a bright print like flowers, paisley, or anything psychedelic. During the 80s, the maxi dress fell completely out of fashion and started to have a comeback in the mid-90s, and since then it's kind of always been around. So today I want to show you different dresses and shapes that were popular. All of the dresses I'm going to be showing you are thrifted. They're all either from the 60s or 70s. I picked 10 different dresses. They're all different in style and shapes. These are just a part of my maxi dress collection, and I really want to share them with you. So I figured for the first one we would start with something that is kind of similar to the classic 1960s maxi dress. As said, they usually featured that A-line shape and were pretty dressed up. It also has a few similarities with the 1968 Oscar de la Renta dress, and so I figured it was the perfect introduction for this video. So this is the dress that I have. It doesn't have any tags or anything. However, I'm gonna say that this is not homemade. It is definitely like a piece of fashion that was bought, just judging by the way it is sewn. I'm pretty sure about this. However, I could be wrong because the 60s saw a lot of homemaking. A lot of people would also see dresses in magazines and then just make them their own at home. So this is the one that I have. What I love about this, and what is really typical about 1960s fashion, is this accentuated top. So basically it's a long black dress, but then it has this beautiful fabric on the top that is so different. I love how it is kind of like space age inspired. It is very futuristic with these like plastic little parts up here, and it is just simply stunning. I love this dress. I usually wear it to very dressy occasions, and here is how I style it. I decided to accentuate it with the color silver, and I have these shoes. These are dancing shoes from the 60s. This is why they're in such great condition. I don't know if you ever realized it, but a lot of 60s shoes have suede bottoms or just like bottoms that are really much intact. And if it is a shoe similar to this shape, it was probably a dancing shoe. I love these. They're so great with the different silver fabrics and they're really comfortable to be worn, so I figured that these would be perfect. And then I also went with this little bag. I love this one and I love how it ties in the black with the silver. It is made from this very nice velvet fabric and I love how it has something very different because crocheting around the edges was really popular in the 60s. And in here I have all the jewelry that I styled with it. I have these little bangles. They're mother of pearl and they are so beautiful with the gold on the inside. And then I also added my favorite earrings. I actually made these myself after a pair that Twiggy wore. They're just kind of like hanging little disco balls and I just bought these at a craft store and then made them myself. And I love this outfit. I think it is very dressy, very chic, and really much embodied that late 60s Oscar de la Renta maxi dress. Next up, let's go for something a little different. So dresses like this became popular in the late 60s and gained a lot of popularity in the 70s. Gone Sachs kind of had these and they were so popular. It is a very similar style. This one, however, might be homemade, just judging by the way that it is. I got this gifted by the Octopus Garden UK. Just want to put a little thank you out there. I love this dress. It is so beautiful. The 60s and 70s maxi dresses had a different waistline to modern maxi dresses. So why we now see a lot of maxi dresses having the tightest part around your waist, 60s and 70s maxi dresses cinched in right below your bust. So that was just the popular silhouette. I love this dress. I think it is so fabulous. It's made from a very thick and nice cotton and it's honestly just so dreamy. And so what I wanted to do with this was to style it a little bit more for a daily wear because a lot of the dresses I'm going to show you today are pretty chic, and so I figured I would show you one that can just be worn a little more casual. First things first, for shoes I went with these. These are hippie shake boots modeled after a popular model in the 1960s and I love the tied up boot. I personally think maxi dresses are really good for the winter as well because you can just wear boots with it, you can wear thick tights underneath and even like a pullover, a turtleneck looking out of it at the top I think would be really cute. And then I also added this little purse. This is actually a mini purse, pretty similar to my everyday purse. I'm going to show you that with another dress. But I love these like imprinted leather bags and they were super popular in the 60s. In here I have my earrings. I think these were gifted to me by Bowley Blues. I hope I'm right about that. And I think the yellow flowers just go perfect with the yellow dress. Let's go for a very Stevie Nicks look next. Stevie Nicks was definitely one of the women making maxi skirts and maxi dresses popular in the 70s. She wore them a lot. She looked like a true goddess in those, and what I love about her style of 70s maxi dresses is the fact that they always had like a cape, something very flowy, perfect to dance with, and I have a dress that is very similar to that. This dress was kindly gifted to me by my step-grandmother and she wore this in the 70s to a New Year's Eve party. It is so perfect. I love the see-through kind of cape. These were really popular in the 70s and it has little tassels down here. I feel like holding it up like this does not do it justice, so I'm obviously gonna try it on as well as I did with the other dresses. This is by a brand called Verena Modell. I'm just gonna say it's a German brand. Maybe it is French. I have no idea. But I love this dress. And I figured I would style this in true Stevie Nicks fashion. I don't know if I've ever showed you these shoes, but I thrifted them last year and I am so in love with them. They're not from the 60s or 70s, but they have a really authentic look. So these are espadrilles. They're basically wedges and then they have this like braided part around the heel. I love these and this was a heel shape that Stevie Nicks wore a lot. For these to be the perfect Stevie Nicks shoes, I feel like they would need a lot more of plateau, but I'm gonna show you in a second why I think these are perfect for the look. They have a little bit of detailing up here with lace and some crystals. And now for my favorite part, they have these long ribbons that you tie around your ankle and up your leg all the way. And I feel like this is the perfect embodiment of these Stevie Nicks ballet flats. I actually also have ballet flats just solely because I love this look. But these just seem perfect for the outfit. And I'm also really short. I'm only 5'3", so most maxi dresses without heels are just a little long on me. So that's also a reason why you will see only heels and boots with a heel styled with maxi dresses. At least for me. And then I also styled this purse with it. I love this purse because it is so magical and people think it is very impractical, but I don't think so because you can just let it hang from your wrist. I think it looks great like this and I just love to wear it. I feel like this is also perfect for some Anita Pallenberg eclectic looks. I also have an outfit inspired by her, which I'm going to share with you in a second. But for jewelry, I went with this really nice bracelet. Stevie just wore a lot of witchy jewelry and she always wore tons of jewelry, so that's what I did. I'm also wearing this necklace with it, which just has a really nice glass stone, and I also love the chain. Layered that with another necklace. I actually gifted myself this one. It was a thrift store find, but I just really love this. I think I gifted it to myself for Christmas 2 years ago or something like that, and I love the purple stone. It is very heavy and I think it is a perfect piece that I'll hopefully be able to pass down to the next generations. And then I also chose a bunch of different rings. This big one that I thought was perfect. This one that has a really cool pattern. A little one with flowers. This one that has the moon and the stars. And a black one with a little stone. I honestly love Stevie's approach because I feel like in the 60s and 70s, solid colored maxi dresses weren't really popular and she tended to wear a lot of black, and I think she always looked incredible with it. And she's now wildly known for that witchy 1970s style, which I think is beautiful. Let's continue with this dress now, and this is actually pretty much inspired by Anita Pallenberg or Jane Birkin. Basically, knitted maxi dresses, knitted or crocheted, were really popular in the 60s and 70s. What I love about this one is the way that it has this really cool pattern, and the sleeves are a little flared, not that much to be honest, but with these sort of dresses they're always rather stretchy because they're knitted, and so you can kind of mold it a little to fit the way that you like. Dresses like this were incredibly popular. As said, in the 60s and 70s the majority of people made their clothes themselves. If you want to know a little more about the fashion history, check out this video about sizing. It also talks a little bit about the fact that the 1960s were kind of the start to fast fashion, and before that people would just sew, crochet and knit the majority of their clothes themselves. And so patterns for these sort of dresses were super popular in the 60s and 70s. I also saw a ton of colorful ones, but I haven't passed one by yet. So I just went with this one that I thrifted a couple of weeks ago. I love the little hem. It is so dreamy. And what I like about this dress is because it is so simple, it can be styled in a lot of different ways. So first things first, for shoes, I went with these. These are one of my all-time favorite shoes. These are wooden heels. They just have such a thick heel that they're super comfortable to walk. They're made from this beautiful thick leather and they're just perfect, really comfortable and fit me like a dream. And then as a purse, I decided to go with a crochet piece. I have this one. Crocheted handbags were extremely popular in the 60s and 70s. As said, you can make them yourselves, and then people would just buy these handles, which I think is great. I'm not that good at crocheting or knitting, but I kind of want to get into it because look at this. Being able to make something like this would be so incredible. But with this dress, I decided to add a crocheted cap. I feel like this is very Anita Pallenberg, these sort of caps. This one was kindly gifted to me by Hippie Shake. Thank you very much. It is beautiful and I think it goes really, really well with the cream color of the dress. I then added this belt. If you've been following me for a while, you know I pretty much style this one in every video because it's just generally my favorite belt. I love the way that it clasps kind of like this. I feel like it's very special, and I honestly love how it is different and really unique, yet something that doesn't draw too much attention from the outfit. And what you would do with belts, if you want to belt your dress in a very 60s or 70s way, don't put the belt on your waistline, but belt it either right below your chest or around your hips. That was just the height of belts or waistlines that were popular in the 60s and 70s. And then for jewelry, I ended up going with this necklace. This is a coin necklace. You probably see me wear this a lot because I really love it, and I thought that the warm brass color would go well with the outfit. And then last but not least, I went with these sunglasses. I had them for a while now. They are currently missing one side. It fell down behind this big piece of furniture, and I didn't want to take it down because we're gonna move in like 2 months, so I'm then gonna take it down and repair these. But for now, you just have to imagine there would be another part right here. These sunglasses are just perfect. I feel like this dress with like the handbag with the purse and everything also looks like Anita Pallenberg or Jane Birkin just getting off the plane. It's a very jet-setty outfit. I don't know why, but I love it. I think it is perfect for spring and summer. Let's move on with another dressy 60s dress that features a couple of different popular styles. I'm talking about this one. I actually thrifted this in one of my very first YouTube videos, found it at a Berlin thrift store, and to this day, this is one of my all-time favorite dresses. I was really glad that it fit me because I was 6 months pregnant by that time, but it looked really, really good, and I love the fabric. It is made from lurex. Lurex was really popular in the 60s. It's that kind of shiny texture and fabric. However, it is rather scratchy, so that's why it has a sewn in layer. A lot of lurex dresses have, because lurex also generally is pretty see-through, but the pattern of this dress just embodies a couple of different 1960s trends with the bright colors, the very bold print, and it is just simply stunning. I also love the sleeves. They have a little bit of like a balloon cut to them. And this dress honestly never fails me. I feel like whenever I have a dressy occasion coming up, I just want to wear this dress because I can't seem to get enough of it. It's just so beautiful. I styled this one with silver ankle boots. I've had them for a couple of years. They have a great height. They're a little dirty. I really need to clean them. But that's just what you get when you wear your things. And I think it is okay to wear your vintage pieces. I think fashion is made to be worn. So these are them, and they're just really, really comfortable and great for the dress. And then I wanted to keep the silver as a feature throughout the entire outfit because the dress just really sparkles in that beautiful silver color. So I added this little purse. I don't know where I got it. I think I found it thrifting at a random store. I also added this ring that reminds me a lot of space age fashion. I just got this thrifting, and I don't think it is from the 60s. It looks like it was self-made by someone, and I just love the little pearls. I think it makes a really cool plasticky effect, and that was popular in the 60s. And then for earrings, I went with gold, but I feel like because it is like with my hair and it is so far away from the silver, it works, and I really like the texture of these. So I figured that they would go perfectly with the dress. Let's continue with another dress that has that kind of gum sacks style. I also found this at a random thrift store, and it fit me like a dream, so I knew I had to get it. It is so beautiful. To me, honestly, this is probably my favorite maxi dress. It's just so special. I don't know. It has the biggest balloon sleeves where it just makes for a beautiful silhouette. I love the top, all the colors and everything. It's made from a really nice and breathable fabric. It's honestly the perfect maxi dress. It's perfect for garden parties, all sorts of dressy events. I just love this dress. Honestly, it is just the perfect bohemian late 60s maxi dress. I decided to style this dress with one of my favorite pairs of shoes. However, I don't think they're the perfect fit, but I'm gonna show you why I think they work. I went with these. These are very, very special to me because I was looking for them for ages. They go on Etsy for like $500, $600, $700. It is insane. And I found them on like the German equivalent to Facebook Marketplace, which I love because a lot of the people selling there don't really know what their things are worth. That is why I would always recommend you to go look for things on eBay and not on Etsy, because Etsy just tends to be so much more expensive. And they popped up, I think they were $15, something like this. I don't know, I don't remember, but they're from the 70s. It says 1975 right here. And they're so beautiful. I love the wooden design down here. It looks like it's carved wood, and then they're so comfortable. Love the little bands in the front. I think they're perfect because of that part down here with the dress. I don't think they're perfect because of this part up here, but since it is a very long dress, it covers up the top part and only shows the part of the heel that goes really well with the dress. And then I went with my purse. This is the one I talked about earlier. This is my everyday purse, so there's probably a lot of random things in here currently. But there's also the jewelry in here that I wanted to style with the dress, being this beautiful necklace with this pendant. This is also glass or might even be plastic, nothing really expensive or anything, but I love the look. And then I also went for these earrings. They are so, so beautiful, just made from white metal. I thought that they would go really well. I also added a pair of sunglasses. I love these. They're just so big and they're just perfect for that late 60s bohemian kind of look. And then last but not least, I styled one of my all-time favorite 1960s accessories with this, being a fur hat. I love fur hats. I think they're perfect for the 60s and 70s. Please don't buy them new. The conditions under which these are made are horrible for both the animals and the people who make them. So please buy them pre-used. You can get tons of these pretty much everywhere because they were just so wildly popular in the 60s and 70s. Like when I look at old family picture albums of my ancestors from the 60s, 70s, like my grandmas, they always wore these hats, and they were not wealthy by any means, but they just at least had these hats because they kept you really warm. They lived in a really cold area. This one I got gifted by my step-grandmother. She too lived in a cold area. We still do, so I think that these are perfect for the winter, and this hat just goes really, really well with the dress. Next up, let's talk about something I think that is rarely talked about with 1960s fashion. This next dress is inspired by Miss Pamela of the GTOs, and she kind of introduced me to the idea that in the 60s and 70s people too wore vintage pieces. So this next dress is a nightgown from the 1930s, but I think it is perfect for this sort of look. If you don't know Miss Pamela, she was a popular groupie, had a very eclectic style, and this dress always reminds me of her. I think it is so beautiful, made from silk, has these beautiful flowers sewn onto it, and it is just such a dream come true. And what I love about this is the idea that something that is meant to be only worn inside can also be worn outside, because this is a beautiful, beautiful dress, and it is honestly too pretty to only be worn inside. So here are the items that I styled this dress with. First of all, I went with these. These were gifted to me by Mod Shoes. They're just really classic 1960s shoes. I love them. They kind of have a little heel that goes really well with the outfit, and I love the cutouts. And because these kind of look like dancer shoes, it works really well with Miss Pamela's look. Next up, I added this hat. This is a crocheted floppy hat. I think it is really cool. I know a lot of people think it is silly. I think it looks great, and it works really well for her look because it was really otherworldly, really out there, really unique, and I think that this hat just really rounds up that look. I went with two bracelet bangles. This one is worn a little more up your arm. It's just a little bigger, so I like to wear it on this height, sort of. And then this one, which I think it is so much fun, I just like to wear this sort of down here, and I love how it spaces out itself. And then I also went with another little vintage item. This used to be my mom's. I think it was for her Holy Communion. I don't quite remember. My mom had her Holy Communion in the 70s, so that would be fun. I love this little purse. I just feel like Miss Pamela was not so much about the idea that fashion has to be practical, and I'm either, so I feel like that's cool. And I just love this. I mean, you can put all of your favorite things in here. Obviously not a phone, but they wouldn't have that back there, but you could just like collect little treasures in here. So I think this is the perfect little purse. And then last but not least, this is the piece that makes the outfit really special. It is this giant shawl. It's so beautiful, and it actually is by Miss Pamela herself. We have a friend in common who gifted me this. Thank you so much, Jessie. It means a lot, and I honestly love it. It is so beautiful. I like to wear this kind of tied behind my back, so then it makes for a really beautiful cape with sleeves. I figured it was just perfect. So thanks Pamela, and thanks Jessie for this gorgeous, gorgeous shawl. It is very highly appreciated in my household. I have 3 more dresses left, so let's go with the one that just screams 1960s Barbie. I don't know if any of you ever had a Barbie from the 60s. My mom handed down her Barbies from the 70s to me. I never really played with them, to be honest, but I remember what they wore, and one of them wore a dress that had such a similar cut to this one. They were also polyester, just like this one. Just have that with a lot of 70s and 60s dresses. This is a late 60s polyester dress. I love the color. It is so fun. This was probably also a nightie, or at least something made to be worn around the house. but I think it is perfect. I love the colors, it's just so fun. This is perfect for that 1960s Technicolor dream sort of style. And with it, I went with the classic white go-go boots. I personally think that there are just pieces that are meant to be worn with white go-go boots, and this dress definitely is one of them. I added this little bangle. It's made from plastic. These were really popular in the 60s, and I love that this actually kind of like looks like a Barbie piece. I don't know why, but this outfit just screams 60s Barbie to me. And then I also added these white hoops that I think are really perfect. They're made from metal, contrary to a lot of things that were made from plastic. Metal was also a popular resource in 1960s jewelry. And then the standout piece of this outfit, at least accessory-wise, is definitely this necklace. I have to put it on a necklace, but I think I have it with some other outfit here. This was gifted to me by Mindflowers, and I love how it dangles down, and because the dress is rather low cut, it just goes perfectly with this. I have 2 more dresses left. Let's start with the red one and then finish up with another black one. So this red dress just screams 1970s prom to me. Just the way that it has this little cape, it's so dreamy. I also love just the general cut of this. It is so dreamy. I usually don't gravitate towards pieces like this, but I don't know why. I just really wanted to have this. I can't really tell you. Found it at a random thrift store. It is by C&A. That's still a pretty popular brand in Germany. So yeah, they've been around for decades, and they made this dress in the 70s. I think it is beautiful, as said, especially that cape or like flowy shoulder effect was really popular in the 70s. And so I figured I would just go all out on the 70s prom theme with this look. Starting out with the one thing that can't be missed in any 1970s look, a pair of platform shoes. These aren't that high, but I think with the color and everything, they're just perfect for the dress. These are made in France, French brand Angelique. How would I know? I took French, but I just wasn't really good at it. Yeah, they might have been dancing shoes, but as said, I don't mind about that. I just feel like they are perfect for the dress. So for accessories, I went with a classic pearl necklace. I feel like pearl necklaces are one piece of clothing or accessories, jewelry, that never really goes out of fashion, and with this dress, I just really love the look of it. I also added these earrings. These are little Christmas ornaments. My mom made these years ago, but I figured they would just go great with the look. And then I added this bracelet that doesn't really work, but I added it to secure this little flower to my wrist, just like you would for prom in the 70s. As said, this might be a little silly look, but I just kind of liked it. And then I also added this purse that is just a very classic clutch. This was gifted to me as once again by my step-grandmother. She just must have had the greatest wardrobe in the 70s, and I love it. I think it is very classic, very elegant, and I like how you can kind of slide your hand through it like this, and it just kind of secures a little more onto your wrist. So now we've made it to the final dress, and this final dress I thrifted while I was pregnant. I'm actually pretty sure I thrifted it in a video with you. And what I love about this dress is, as said, I thrifted it super pregnant, and now it just makes such a beautiful silhouette, so I'm really glad that I picked it up. I am talking about this one. I don't know why it also reminds me of ABBA a lot. It is classic black, low cut, but then it has this beautiful golden detailing. I think it is perfect. Always slides off the hanger. That's just what you get with polyester dresses. This is by a brand called Deha of Sweden. And what I like about this is that it is so simple yet so stunning. And so I kind of wanted to make that the theme of the whole outfit. I started off with this purse, also a gift from my step-grandma. Really beautiful with that little detailing in the front. Basically everything is gold and black in this look, but I think this little purse is just really perfect for the look. I also added these black shoes. You've definitely seen me wear these a ton because these are just my favorite Mary Janes. I've had them for so long now. I went with 2 bangles. This one's actually a necklace, and this one is for your upper arm. I really love the look of an upper arm bracelet. Then I added this ring. This one was gifted to me by my mom. She got it in India while traveling years ago. I love the green stone and the golden. It's just something very special, and I love how it adds a pop of color to the look. And then last but not least, I added these dangly earrings. I think they're really cool. I think they're super unique. Got them gifted by my godmother. I feel like so many pieces I own are gifted. I feel very spoiled by the people around me. But yeah, that's it for the final look. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you loved the dresses as much as I do. I feel like the maxi dress isn't the typical dress you think about when you think of the 60s because it was just so popular for mini skirts. However, the maxi dress was there, it was popular, and I hope this video kind of showed you how it was styled and some different ideas on how to do that. I would love for you to leave a comment down below telling me which dress was your favorite and which style you like the most. If you have any further ideas on clothing items that could be featured in this series, make sure to comment down below. I would love to do more. I kind of have one planned on midi dresses and on shorts to come out rather soon, so I hope that I can get these done. But if there's anything else, please just let me know. I am always grateful for your input. I want to thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, I would love you to give it a thumbs up and maybe even share it with a friend. It supports me, it supports the channel, and it would truly mean the world. I hope you have a beautiful day. Go out, enjoy the sunshine. Take yourself some time to focus on you and your mental health today, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye everybody.